Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Brittany and I'm here to give you my 20-week update. Today I also did have my anatomy scan and I have some of the results or like percentages for that also today, and I'm officially at the halfway mark, which is amazing. So let's just go ahead and get into it. My weight is up to 155. I knew it was going to be a drastic gain considering my birthday was last week and I've eaten all of that cake probably by myself, at least a majority of it. So, and I've had a lot of sodium, and so I can tell I'm retaining like water weight. So if I can just over the next few weeks not gain any more, that would be great. So that puts my total weight gain at like 20. I'm going with 22 pounds, which is a bit much. The next thing we're gonna get into is symptoms. I have had a ton of Braxton Hicks over the last 2 weeks. I am one who will have Braxton Hicks my whole pregnancy, but this was even more so like a greater quantity than I'm used to. So I've had an increase in the amount of Braxton Hicks and an increase in the pain of the Braxton Hicks. I've even had a few Braxton Hicks in the middle of the night that have woke me up. So I did bring that up to my doctor today, and she said that we're just gonna keep an eye on it. I'll get into like in the ultrasound what we found out there, but so far my cervix is not changing. So we're gonna call what we call this is my baseline. These contractions are not doing anything yet, but it's just something that I need to keep close attention on. It is not unusual for me to have 4 contractions in an hour for hours on end. So it's just something that I have to deal with. Another thing I've been dealing with is intense round ligament pain. I've been pretty lucky that I've not experienced really any round ligament pain this pregnancy, but the last 2 weeks I've started to experience extreme, like sharp, burning, stabbing round ligament pain only when I bend over. So if I bend over and I like, when I'm pulling weeds or picking up toys or doing anything that I'm like not just bending over and standing back up, but I'm bent over for a second, when I do stand up, it is a crazy intense, like has brought tears to my eyes pain. So I am already starting to hit that wall of like being limited what I can do physically in this pregnancy. The next symptom I've been having is peeing all night. Now it is the middle of summer, it is extremely hot. I live in the South.
Mama?
Yes.
We're getting in it.
Okay.
Because we gotta keep some.
Okay.
I'm not going to store it.
So I live in the South. It's hot. I drink a lot of water, and I am peeing all the time. Like, all the time. I do notice I think I ignore it more during the day and will. So I am up peeing probably 4 or 5 times a night. At this point, I am able to get back in bed and kind of fall asleep pretty quickly, unless it is gotten muggy throughout the night. Sometimes we turn the air conditioning off at night because it's cool enough, or it's too cool for it to kick on, and so it gets kind of muggy. So when I get up to go pee at like 4 a.m. and it's like stuffy in the bedroom, I have a hard time falling asleep. Another fun thing that we've been experiencing is more and more and more and more movement, which has been so much fun. I did find out that I do not have an anterior placenta, which is awesome, but I was wondering why I'm not feeling him in the front and it's more like kind of off to the sides, and I found out today that he is very, very, very low. We had so much trouble trying to see his brain today because his head is so deep in my pelvis that she was like grinding the ultrasound wand on my pubic bone, and I was like, OMG, like, he has a brain. This is good. The next thing is his ultrasound today. So I had my 20-week anatomy scan, and I'm 20 weeks today. He weighed 13 ounces this morning. His gestation measured right about 20 weeks and 4 or 5 days, I want to say. It was 20 weeks and 4 days. So he's measuring, like, overall pretty much on track. I want to say he was in like the 61th percentile is what it said. I'll have to double check that. They didn't release the records or the report from the ultrasound today, so I don't have that exact percentile. I do know that his tummy, when they measured his tummy, was measuring like 21 weeks and 6 days and was in the 98th percentile, which is not unusual. All of my babies, their tummies have measured drastically bigger than the rest of them. Now his arms, his legs measured right around 21 or 20 weeks one day, 20 weeks to 3 days, and his head did measure right at around 20 weeks, like 4 or 5 days. So proportionately he is right on track, but that tummy, man, it is huge. Some of the other things we have been doing since I am at the halfway point is we have started to buy things for the nursery to get that started. So I have a collection, but I think I'm going to do like a baby boys room haul, because I am putting the baby in with the 2 older boys, and so I wanted to find a theme that I felt worked for all 3. Right now the boys' room is kind of like adventure. It's not really like complete. Like I was halfway through the process of kind of like finishing decorating it, and the boys had kind of picked out some of the stuff they like themselves, but I have noticed that I really just don't like that the outdoor wilderness theme. Like that's really super popular right now, and it'd be so easy if I just went with it, but I don't like the buffalo plaid or checkered. I don't like the little mountains or bear caveman thing, so it's just not what I was wanting. What I ended up deciding on doing is we are doing like vintage Americana. We're doing like the Revolutionary War type. So since we are a military family, my dad was in the Army, my husband was in the Army, we've got lots of relatives that are in the Army. We have a lot of historic memorabilia that is authentic that I'm going to use to help decorate. I'm going to use some of my father's Army awards and swords and stuff that he has gotten throughout his military career. And my husband's stuff, we have a lot of vintage military books, and so that is the look we're going to go for. There's a gorgeous like 3-piece canvas that I'm gonna get of, it's George Washington crossing the Delaware, so that is something we're getting soon. And then we have like and I know there's a specific name, that's the white quilts with like the bumpy polka dot lumps on it that everyone used to use way back when, and I got those from my great grandmother that I'm going to use as bedspreads for the boys' bed. So that's the theme we are going with. I've gotten a few items from Hobby Lobby. There's a few more that I'm of course ordering, but I will do that in a separate video. Also from the ultrasound, we did measure the cervix today. There is no funneling, which is amazing, and it measured in at 4 centimeters, which is absolutely beautiful. They like to see it over 3.5, and they start to, then that's fine. So I'm measuring in at 4, and that was great. And I did express to my doctor the concern of all the Braxton Hicks, and so I will go back in 2 weeks for another cervical check, and then I go back in 4 weeks for the echocardiogram ultrasound. Since we do have, our daughter was born with 2 pretty serious heart murmurs. Since we've had her, we now double and triple check all of the baby's hearts. But at this point, everything looked extremely well on the ultrasound. I will insert some of the pictures here. He is the sweetest thing. He had his little hands up by his face like a majority of the ultrasound, which they all kind of do. But he was just so cute and sweet, and he does stay head down, nestled in to mom's pelvis, and he likes to lay with like his back against my back and look straight up. So it was, maybe that's why I've had a lot of back pain too. But it was so cute seeing him and the little toesies wiggle. Like, that stuff never gets old. I don't care how many times you've done it. Like, it's always amazing. But let's go ahead and get on to the bump. It is growing. I'm growing. It's big. But here it is, 20 weeks. The shirt on. From the front. I don't know if stripes are necessary. I don't like stripes, but this shirt is super comfortable, so I got it. But stripes on a pregnant woman, like, that's just cruel sometimes. And then these are my all-time favorite summer shorts. They're so comfortable. This is with the bump bear. The last thing we wanted to do was give a little clue. I have decided I'm going to do a name reveal video, which I'm hoping to record right after this. But I was going to go ahead and give a little clue of what his first name starts with. So if you know us personally, you probably can guess what it is. If you don't know and you haven't heard our list of names, you might not know. I will give you the theme if you haven't picked up on it already. In our family, all of our names end in the long E sound. So we have Jeremy, Brittany, Zachary, Bentley, Rosalie, Peony, Daphne, and our miscarriage we named Finley. So a clue to what little man's name is, now remember it will end in the long E sound, is the letter H. Please leave your guesses in the comments below. I would love to see what people come up with. It is a little unusual, but I'm super excited to finally announce it. We have had his name picked out for weeks now, and we were just not ready to tell people. And I'm so excited to be able to call him by his name in public and not have to be like, baby, and not say his name. But that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this 20-week update. Our videos and enjoy our family. Please hit that subscribe button. Bye, guys.